Hello folks, welcome back. Today is December 21st, the winter solstice. As you can tell, it's sunny. It's in the low 40s here in southern Ohio. And we're going to go take a look at some of the beehives and see what's going on, see if there's a little bit of activity. I'm expecting some cleansing flights, maybe some orientation flights. I might even pop the lid and take a peek in the inside on a couple of them. So let's go take a look. Here's a little tiny 5-frame nuke that we're experimenting with this winter. It's made out of 2-inch polystyrene. The queen is actually quite old. She was an April of 2017 queen, so she's pretty much at the tail end of her life. We gave her a couple frames of bees and some 3 frames of honey. We're going to see if this will actually survive the winter. Let's pop the lid and take a quick look, see how they're doing. Underneath the lid I've got a piece of 6mm plastic. Absolutely no condensation on it whatsoever. And as you can see through the plastic, seems to be a pretty good amount of activity. I've been seeing a lot of activity at the entry in the last hour too. Before I put the lid back on, I did the pocket knife test. Just reached down between a couple of the center frames, shoved it into the honeycomb, pulled it back, make sure there was some honey, and sure enough, looks like, hopefully you can see it, the knife is covered with honey, so they still have plenty of food. Some real good activity at the entry on this one. This was actually a really late season split. It had an old queen that I removed, let them requeen themselves. They did. She started laying really good toward the end of summer. Built up the population pretty good. This one should be really ready to go first thing in the spring. Let's take a peek under the insulation board on this one. Not much activity up high, that's good. I see just a little bit of moisture along this edge. Along the edge is fine. A little bit right there. The idea with using the 2-inch styrofoam, the moist warm air off the cluster rises, goes up, does not condense, rolls off to the sides, condenses down the sidewall, gives them something to drink in the wintertime down the sidewall, but keeps them dry over top. So far it's worked pretty good this year. Let's pull the plastic back, see how aggravated these guys are. Now this one I had to give them, this upper box, not all of it was full of honey, but at least they had some food going into winter that they didn't have because it was such a late season split. I do see a lot of bees in the top box, but I also see a lot of capped honey. Good warm day like this allows them to move around the box, get to the honey. Yeah, there's quite a few frames of honey up here still. So yeah, warm day like today just allows them to get to it, move around a little bit, get their cleansing flights done. Allows them to kind of regroup before it turns off cold here, and in a few days. Huge amount of activity all of a sudden at the front of this box. Don't really see any fighting, so it's not like a robbing frenzy or anything. If you notice, the bees just kind of bobbing back and forth looking at the front of the box. Some of them are landing, some are taking off. They're doing orientation flights and cleansing flights. 15 minutes ago there was 6 or 8 bees out front. That was it. The sun beating down on this box really warmed it up. We're in the mid 40s now. There's no breeze whatsoever. They're taking advantage of this. Give it another half hour to an hour, all these bees will be right back in the box. Okay, just pulled the lid off of this one. I'll take a peek under the insulation board. This is the box that's got all the orientation, massive amount of cleansing flights. So let's take a peek just underneath here, see what the plastic looks like. Well, I got some water between the polystyrene and the plastic. That's probably where the rain blew in, but that's not going to hurt anything at all. Yeah, I still see plenty of capped honey down in there. Oh yeah, these boxes are pretty full of honey. That's what I want to see at the end of December. They still have a ways to go. I want to make sure they don't run out of anything. There's a little bunch of them up toward the front of the box here where it's the warm side of the box, sun shining in on it. Yeah, look good. Lots of food, good population, they look healthy, they're active. Very active. Another thing I like to do is to pull the boards out from underneath. I got screen bottom boards on almost all my boxes, and I like to see how much activity is going on. You can see the cappings, a row of cappings, where it's at. It's just kind of nice to see how much activity is going on. It's interesting over here that these cappings right here are a lighter color. It's like they've moved from this side of the box over here over more towards the center. See a few dead small hive beetles, and looks like they're doing pretty good. Like I said, it's kind of interesting to take a look at stuff like this in the wintertime. Another box looks pretty good. Good activity, a little bit of orientation flights. Looks like they've been, cleaning out the box a little bit. Need to get up here and trim back the wild roses a little bit. I have people ask about what I've got on the entry here. That's actually a queen excluder for the entry. They work great for mouse guards. Okay, just pop the cover off of this one. Let's slide the insulation board out of the way. Take a look, see what's going on this one. Not a lot of activity up very high, which is good. That means the bees are down pretty low. Let's see what we got here though. I'm sure you can't really tell in the video, but I'm seeing a lot of capped honey still. I like to see that. Didn't see any moisture, nothing build up. A little bit of fuzzy mold right there and a little bit of the wax. That's not uncommon in the wintertime in beehives. But I'm not seeing a moisture problem. These insulation boards work really good. Yeah, it looks like most of the bees are down pretty deep in the box on this one. That's good. They haven't moved up into the super yet. This is another one that overwinter, one deep and one super. That's more than enough here in southern Ohio. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I sure enjoy going up there and looking around all the bees and seeing how they're doing. So far they're doing great. I'm real happy with it. Trying a few new things this winter. We'll see how it all pans out, but I will update everybody in the spring how they did. I think the plastic with the 2-inch styrofoam really is going to work out really well. So this is probably the last video until towards spring. Maybe I'll get one in around February if we get a nice warm day, and we'll see what the bees are doing. Usually towards the end of February, 1st of March, maples start blooming, bees start getting active on the warmer days. So I'm going to be moving some boxes around, changing some configurations, and we're going to take a lot of videos next year. Thanks for watching. See you next time.